Hey there, Christian Wagenhauser here for Roving Reporter segment number 7. I am with Project Manager Michael Garcia out of Detroit, Michigan, but today we are not in Detroit. We are actually in a small town called West Unity here in Ohio. And what are we doing in West Unity today, Michael?
We're actually, the contractor hired us they're gonna do a horizontal bore shot on both sides of the main street, about 1,800 feet on both sides. The challenge of this one is all the public utilities. 95% of it is the public utility, and none of the one calls, or in Ohio it's called OOPS, have been called in yet. So we're just going through marking everything that we can get our hands on, doing surface features, manholes, doing everything we can just to get a good grip on what's in the ground.
Can you explain these markouts to somebody who, I think the average person walks around, sees these markings on the ground and doesn't understand what they're seeing. So what is this representing to the average person?
Well, in this case, I could tell that one call was here at some time and they marked the water. However, I hooked into that valve and I got it going north and south here. I got it going west there. I've circled it so that they can clearly see that there's a valve there. The route is right behind us over there. And then I marked it with our marks with the water being a W, marking that that's exactly where that is. I couldn't get a good depth on this, so I didn't put the depth down. Same thing right here for the gas. I marked it the same way. I used our pink, and then there's a depth right there from 3 to 4. So they know exactly where they're digging. They're coming across that white line, and there's no mistakes where they're crossing these utilities.
We fulfill a certain amount of, one call tickets per year, correct? And so would this be one of those jobs then?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what is the scope of the work that we're doing here then? What does the contractor want to do, and why are they having us out to mark all the different utilities?
They want us to lay their route out. They want us to find whatever we can find. Obviously, there's public utilities, but there's also private utilities.
Yeah.
And they want us to find everything we can find, do our sweeps, get them depths, because one call doesn't provide depths.
Okay.
But we do. So when applicable, we do.
Right.
So that's the difference between us and them.
And so when it comes to SIM, could you explain how the SIM standard and how we utilize SIM kind of helps you in the field and the people that you help train, new project managers that you help train and bring up in the field and what we do?
The SIMS process is awesome, and I will give that a huge part of my success here at GPRS. It's doing the same thing. I do the same thing every time. I get out of the truck, I look at my visuals, I hook up to everything with the EM, I do my passive sweeps, I do the GPR, I write down depths, and then I finally map it out, and I do it on every job from start to finish. I don't care if it's a 5-foot job, 1 soil boring, or 5 miles of utilities. It's all the same, and that's what we need to stick with so that we have huge success with the SIMS process. And that's what sets us apart from any other company, I would imagine.
Obviously, we showed the pretty congested areas. What else have you been working on up the way here?
Well, I had to look at every building, every residential has the 5 basic utilities.
Yeah.
Communication, power, gas, water, and sewer.
Okay.
So it's our job to come through here, and I had to basically find out where every one of these was going.
Yeah.
And lucky for us on this job today, these ones downtown, everything's going to the back alleys in front. So this was literally a great experience and a great job to, there's nothing really out here.
Right.
But I had to do all our homework first to know that. Especially with no oops or one calls being on the ground yet.
Right. Thanks again.
No problem.
For showing us around the project and showing the viewers a little bit about what we do and what you've been doing this week. This is Roving Reporter number 7, like I said before. Signing out. We'll see you next time.
Peace.